Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here to give you your weekly tarot and oracle card reading. This reading is for July 26th, the week of July 26th. So also I've put out the cards for, we've entered into the Leo season, so we've left Cancer season, so now we're in the season of Leo. Leo is ruled in astrology by the sun. So here what I've done is I've taken out the appropriate Leo related card from the tarot, which is the Strength card, number 8. And also because Leo is ruled by the sun, I've pulled out the Sun card. So for Leo season, this is a season of strength. When we look at the Strength card in tarot, we're looking at willingness, self-compassion, and the gateway to the internal life. If we look at it, and those meanings I've taken from Jessica Dore's tarot workshop. And when we're talking about the body and strength and Leo and the tarot, right? The body and the tarot, we are looking at improved control over our health and fitness, some sort of balance in that part of our body related life, and a connection to the higher self when we're looking at spirituality. So how does the sun support the Strength card? Harmony. This is beyond duality. So when we're looking, especially when we're looking at our internal life, that is beyond duality. We're looking at the embodiment of light and dark in us, the true self. Oops, sorry. That alarm was not supposed to go off. Okay, sorry about that. So we're also looking, when we look at the Sun card, we're looking at day, happiness, being content, a fortunate marriage, clarity, poetry or prophecy, maybe even shamanic dreaming, healing, good health, which is again complemented by the Strength card, being outward, bright and exuberant, and also looking at the self as a flexible process. So, all right, awesome. As of this reading, the moon as of this reading is the gibbous moon, and it says that you're very close to achieving your goal. I've also lit the Leo related candle to the chakra, which is the purpose chakra, the yellow chakra, our sacral. And also for some reason I was called to light the heart chakra, Anahata, the love chakra. All right, let's go into this reading and get you some cards. Of course, doing things a little bit differently. And you know what? I'm coming to really enjoy the process of being able to change up and be flexible, right? As the sun says, in connecting with the cards and doing these readings. That actually is kind of like it's a little bit of an artistic thing for me, I guess, to be able to be flexible and playful when I approach this process and how I bring the videos to you all. So yeah, hopefully you all understand that sometimes it's not going to be, it's definitely not going to be all the same all the time, and the offerings are not going to be all the same all the time. So let's continue. Spirits, I call on my divine enlightened ancestors. I call on my ascended masters and teachers to come into this reading with some guidance for the collective for the week of July 26th. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh. Wow. All right. Let me make sure you all can see these cards. So the first card we have out is the Five of Wands. The next card is the Star card, the Hope card, Make Wishes Come True card. Then we have the Emperor, and finally the Tower. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm just going to set that up there. And let's see, I'm going to take a quick look here. It seems like there's a lot of change coming. A lot of change coming. I see fives all throughout this reading. Interesting. But here's the funny thing. When I look at this Ace of Pentacles, if we look at the star in the middle of the pentacle, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointed stars. And in all of these, of course, this deck is the Rider-Waite deck. And I see fives here. We've got four fives in this spread. And it's almost as if we need one more 5 in order to make that Ace of Pentacles come to fruition. But let's look at this. Let's look at this, break it down individually. So this week, we're starting off with maybe some miscommunication or maybe some disorganization. But I kind of get the sense that this is kind of clearing up communication. We're clearing up any miscommunications. We're clearing up any maybe misunderstandings. And what does that take for us, right? For us as humans, in order to clear up miscommunication, we sometimes have to be very vulnerable and admit that we're either wrong or admit that we did not hear or misunderstood, or maybe we weren't even listening. We have to admit that sometimes, right? Not even sometimes. We do have to admit it to ourselves and admit it to others that we're involved with, in relationship with. And you can see there's 5 people here with 5 wands. Everyone wants to take action. Everyone wants to do something, but no one is doing something that is absolutely constructive, right? So nothing is being built out of all these actions, because wands are about action. Now, let's look at the Star card. The Star card, I call it the hope card because it's like wishes come true. And we also see more 5 pointed stars here. This is the ability for, I get the sense this is everyone coming together. Everyone is coming together and saying, it's not so much saying I'm sorry. There's like this chorus of I'm sorries, but there's this, there's a coming together with this same vulnerability from other people's sides to be able to get the job done, like get the mission done, handle the mission. Now the Star card itself, we look at it, we see the woman pouring, water into this pond here, and then also pouring water outside. Now, when I look at that, again, it kind of confirms that we're pouring energy and hope and wishes into that we want to see fulfilled. And we're pouring out what we don't need, because we know that if we pour out what we don't need, we'll eventually be able to come back to it later, because we see, even though that water is trickling down outside of where she's pouring it, it still is going to make its way into that. So it's almost like prioritize, pour your energy into what is more important, into what is more important to you. And I don't like to talk about I don't like to talk to timelines. What I like to talk to is what is the most important thing to you and all involved, not so much the thing that needs to be done first because of, you're trying to adhere to a timeline that is outside of your wants and needs. Now we have the Emperor. And this is where I sense a little bit of frustration, because I feel like there's some sort of a structure, or there's either a structure or a person in charge, a person in authority, maybe even a father figure that is not quite on board, like not quite. And it's funny because I'm experiencing the same thing myself, but I just get the sense that there's someone that's holding back. There's either a structure that is holding back, or a father figure that is holding back. A father figure that is holding back either from making a decision or making a firm, making like firm approval. And again, I almost sense that it's going to take some energy for this emperor, right, for this emperor to be to be brought on board, to be, you know, have them kind of involved and approve the process, right? I almost feel like it's funny, this energy is kind of being, it's kind of like you're appeasing the emperor a little bit. Now comes the Tower. So the Tower is, it being at the end of this reading, says to me that there is something that is falling apart that needs to fall apart. As scary as the Tower card is for some people when they see it, I mean, I think the Tower card is you know, less scary to people who are maybe not that familiar with the tarot. The Death card is probably the scariest card, but the Tower card is big change. But in this instance, I'm not seeing the Tower as a bad thing at all. Even though, yes, the card depicts, you know, the crown of this building being blown off by lightning, you know, everything is on fire, things, you know, it's almost as if there's a shift in foundation. But I don't see this as a bad thing in this situation. I almost feel as if it's a complete turnaround of a situation that you thought might have been something that you couldn't solve, something that you couldn't take care of. And at the bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Pentacles, which is, again, it's divine, new resources, new job, you know, the things that we need to help us in our daily lives, like housing, money, a new job. This is something that is reaching out and saying, hey, I'm giving you this divine new beginning when it relates to things of the earth, material things. Wow. What a way to start Leo season, or begin Leo season this week. Wow. All right. I hope that resonates with you all. I do want to, I do want to see what planets we want to look at in our charts this week as well. So the Tower is related to the planet of Mars. So look at Mars in your chart and Aquarius, as well as, I think the Emperor is Aries. I'm looking at the wrong card. I believe the Emperor is Aries. Let me see if I can find him. Okay, yes. The Emperor is Aries. So you could be looking at, look at Aries in your chart to see where there might be some things that you might be looking for approval in those areas of your chart, the houses. And also look at Mars, how Mars is coming through. It's so funny. The Tower here, you know, I'm looking at the Emperor card and the Tower card, my little helper cards here. The Tower also stands for the release of Shekinah, which is the feminine aspect of God. And I was really into looking at Shekinah a few weeks ago, because I just got this really heavy sense of the feminine. Wow. But we also could see an illusion destroyed. We could see maybe a breakdown of the ego, or maybe even some shocking news. But again, the shocking news I sense in the situation is a good thing, because like a lot of I've heard a lot of other tarot readers say it and describe it this way, and I completely understand what they're talking about when they say that the Tower card appears when something needs to change in our life that we are too scared to change ourselves, even though we know it needs to change. So, all right, let's move on into our guidance, and we will be going through the week and seeing how things line up. Because either way, if this resonates or not, I hope it's a takeaway, some thinking points for you for the week, and some action points as far as being in your body, being in your spiritual body, being in your physical or your spiritual body, and in your own healing journey, you are moving forward. All right, let's see. Spirit, can you give us some guidance for the reading this week? Can you give us some guidance for the reading for July 26th, the week of July 26th, from the Shamanic Mystical Shaman Oracle deck? I don't know. Do you all want me to have a card? Nope. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try one more time because I feel like they want to give me a card from this deck, but I really was feeling this before this reading. Maybe not. Here it is. Okay. The staff in reverse. So here we can see it looks kind of like a giraffe. And this is card 51. And these cards I do read in reverse. So let's take a look at what the staff is bringing us. What guidance? Card number 51. Okay. The essence. The staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come deep from your deep longing to serve. Yeah, I kind of sense that in this Emperor. I kind of sense there being kind of it's almost as if it's not so much the Emperor in reverse, but it's the Emperor having to understand that being an authority means being a servant. Because you can see you've got, he's got his staff here, but the best emperor is actually the best servant, not someone who is just reigning in authority, right? This is someone who actually understands when it's time to help his people, help their people. Okay, so let's read the medicine. You are caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. And that's amazing too, because even in the Tower, we see the feminine. And this is definitely, of course, I have to clarify when I talk about masculine and feminine in this space, I'm talking about energy. I'm not talking about gender. I'm talking about masculine energy and feminine energy. So we're looking at this Emperor and Tower, and this is definitely the Emperor is the masculine, and the Tower, this is the Shekinah energy, the feminine aspect of God. So this is definitely the staff in reverse. Really listen to that guidance and move forward in that understanding that sorry, I just kind of moving forward in the understanding that there are two different forces at work, and understanding how to manage in between those two forces or with those two forces. Because again, I see this coming together in the Ace of Pentacles and also in the Star card of that whole self. And also we're in Leo season, so we're talking about our entire selves. We're talking about our true selves. We're talking about wholeness. When we talk about the sun and we talk about Leo, this is also about willingness. We're in the season of self-compassion. We're in a season to the gateway of the internal life. So use the energy of Leo season to get through this week. I'm sure you will be a better person for it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Namaste. I'll see you later.